Bluey is a show filled with a colorful cast of characters. In fact, its cast is one of the many reasons this show is adored across the globe. So for this video, I want to pay my respects to those characters and talk about which ones are my favorites. The only thing to note is that this is all my personal opinion, and it really is kind of hard to rank them all because much like the episodes they appear in, there's just so many brilliant characters. So without further delay, these are my top 10 Bluey characters. But first, a few honorable mentions. Chil Healer, the laid-back father that's basically a way to counteract the more experienced father that is his older brother.
Kids, you better share that thing or I'm switching it off.
What?
Whoa, okay, maybe not off, but...
Rusty, a red kelpie from the bush, his father is in the army, and he loves playing cricket with his brother and sister.
Rusty, you can bat if you want, but no one's got to go easy on you. Understand?
Bluey Healer. I mean, just look at him. Even though he's the oldest between him, Bandit, and Stripe, he looks so young and so cool.
And then the prince knocked the dragon out with a big prince punch. Boom!
Hooray!
Muffin Healer, an accurate representation of a toddler that's super loud and speaks her mind.
I want to do what I want. It's my thumb.
Wendy. With all the games the healers play, there's gotta be someone who's freaked out by it. Well, that's what Wendy's for, and she's honestly used to it by now. Number 10, Pat. This character is very often referred to as Lucky's dad, though his son Lucky is not as memorable or fleshed out as his father. Heck, even his own little brother, despite being a far more recent character, therefore appearing in less episodes, is more well known. Pat's role is a simple one. He is the goofy next-door neighbor who is often there for comedic relief, similar to Ned Flanders in The Simpsons. It's also clear that he knows the healers, especially Bandit, very well, because anytime he's roped into a game, he's just fully committed to it.
Get the grown-up!
In fact, I can only name one time he was genuinely angry, and that was when Bandit ate his pie while born yesterday.
Oh, you ate all the sauce!
No matter how wacky the game, if he's involved, he'll be having a lot of fun.
No worries, Bluey. I shouldn't have let my guard down.
Number 9, Snickers. As far as child characters go, Snickers is probably the most unique, though mainly I'd be talking about his design, complete with his little sausage dog legs.
Run, you little sausage dog leg.
I know, the proper name for his breed is Dachshund, but sausage dog just flows better, honestly. From his first appearance early in Season 1, we can already tell his tiny legs don't carry him that far.
I can't jump that far. Look at my little legs.
It's also funny seeing Bluey effortlessly carry him around like a battering ram. But I think his character shines best in the Season 2 episode Typewriter. Snickers had trouble sitting due to his length, causing him to resent his bored breed.
Aw, I hate being a sausage dog.
But he eventually gained self-acceptance after using his length to hide behind the trees out of sight of a guardian terrier and then roll down the hill to knock his enemies off their feet.
I love being a sausage dog.
Bottom line, gotta love Snickers.
Bruh.
Number 8, McKenzie Border Collie. Alongside Rusty, Bluey, and Bandit, McKenzie is among the oldest characters created for the show, appearing in the 2016 pilot. McKenzie is depicted as a border collie originally from New Zealand, as can be indicated by his accent, and one difference between his own breed and the Australian cattle dog is shared in the creek.
It's just like jumping from one sheep to another. We don't jump on sheep, Mackenzie. Really?
We can even see another example in Helicopter where he's barking at sheep down at the ground. A characteristic that stands out for him is a lack of patience, as prominently displayed in Shops.
It doesn't matter.
But definitely his best moment is in space, where he separates from Jack and Rusty to relive a memory of when he felt abandoned, only to be reassured and comforted by a guardian angel in the form of Calypso.
You don't need to keep coming back to this place.
Okay.
This is a character that doesn't show much, but at the same time also shows a lot.
McKenzie's meant to be a cheater.
Am I?
Number 7, Socks Healer. This pup is just adorable, and I mean that in every way. She was definitely more so in the first season than the rest of the show. For one thing, being a little baby, she was the only character to walk on 4 legs, and most of her speech is restricted to barking, howling, and growling.
Hey there, Rock Socks.
how about we...
It seemed at first like a result of her age, establishing that when characters were babies, they'd act more like real dogs. But in Baby Race, we see the puppies developing like ordinary humans. As a result, some would say Socks is neurodivergent, but it's only a theory at this point. I'm honestly not sure myself. But anyway, I've kind of said all there is to really say about Socks being an adorable character, definitely most so when she was still like, a real dog.
Oh yes, what a lovely puppy! Ouch! So gentle and mild! Ow!
That's not to say the cuteness stopped when she started walking on two legs and forming words.
Merry Christmas! Yeah! Don't worry, she does that to everyone.
I think the best of her post-season 1 moments is in Facey Talk, when she's just happily drawing on the tablet while her dad's chasing her big sister around the house. She's used to the chaos at this point, and that's enough to still make her one of the show's most adorable characters. Number 6, Chil Healer. Now this is what you call a motherly role model. She's the one that sets the rules, comforts her children in times of need, and, well, other times she needs to keep herself under control. Whatever anger she has, she only needs to summarize in one simple glare. But my gosh, it's that sweet motherly voice that really sells this character. Whenever things need to be calm, that's why she's here.
I'm always here if you need me.
In fact, I wonder if that was why they had the same voice actress, Melanie Zanetti, provide the voice in a lot of Bluey-related advertisements.
Join Bluey and all her family and friends.
Either way, what we have here is a caring mother that has her hands full, but overall, when you get down to it, she can be super relatable to any mother that watches this show. You'll especially find this true watching most of the episodes that revolve around her, like Sticky Gecko, Relax, and probably the most obvious example, Baby Race. There are a few other episodes where you can also feel something for Chil, even without her being the lead character in the episode, like The Show, which alludes to her miscarriage, and Bedroom, where she's turning the nursery into a spare room. This character just keeps the show together, wouldn't you agree? Number 5, Jack Russell. Introduced in Season 2 is a Jack Russell Terrier serving as the show's representative for those with ADD, or Attention Deficit Disorder. Even if the issue is never stated out loud, Jack shows some obvious symptoms.
Why can't you do your toes? I don't know.
In his first appearance, he quickly befriends Rusty after playing a game of Army with him. You'll also notice that while he's playing Army, his symptoms don't seem to act up as bad. You could say that there's nothing wrong with him, he just needed to find someone who is willing to take him under his wing and shape him up to recognize his strengths and overcome his weaknesses.
Well, you're really good at playing Army.
It could also be a way of showing how he eventually came to know other friends of Rusty's, such as Bluey, Coco, and McKenzie. Even if no explicit confirmation is present, for a first neurodivergent character in the show, he didn't disappoint and has become one of the show's most popular characters, and for good reason. Number 4, Bluey Healer, the main freaking character in the show. What more really needs to be said? Well, I guess I could try a few things. At the beginning of the show, Bluey was depicted as a 6-year-old Blue Healer with a huge imagination, but then starting with the Season 3 episode, Pass the Parcel, she is now a 7-year-old Blue Healer with a huge imagination. And yes, Bluey is in fact female.
I'm a girl.
But being the character the show is named after, it's no surprise she'd be the main star in most of the show's episodes, while also being the character to which a majority of morals are directed.
I don't want a volleyball line lesson. I just want an ice cream.
She could be having trouble understanding a concept or getting into conflict with her sister or friends.
Let's run away from bingo. What? Why? She's taking ages.
Whatever the case, she's always learning something new. Sometimes you need to learn multiple times because that's just how kids work.
Then kids are silly.
What? How very dare you, Jack?
Kids are silly.
But when she's being nice, she's being very nice. Plays a bit rough, but again, that's just kids.
Sting!
Ow! Bluey!
You're meant to be asleep.
No more needles.
Hi.
Number 3, Calypso. Outside the Healer family, Calypso is my favorite adult character, voiced by Australian singer Meg Washington. The character is a kind-hearted Australian shepherd, serving as the school teacher at a Waldorf school, which is obviously the school Bluey and many friends attend. You can think of Calypso as a representation of God. Whether or not such representation was intentional is up for debate, but the signs are most definitely there. She has a soft, soothing voice and acts as a guide, whether for comfort or for advice, and has never steered her students wrong even once.
Do you think you could scare a scarecrow?
She's also an excellent storyteller and most certainly has a unique way of helping kids understand her stories if ever they get stuck, as shown in Typewriter. I may give more details in another video, but for now, about the character as a whole, wholehearted and among the best characters the show has to offer. Number 2. Bingo Healer. Oh my gosh, she is so adorable. Bingo is Bluey's little sister, and in a similar manner, she can also be lively, but she's also soft-spoken and sensitive. Not to mention, being only 4 years old at the beginning of the series, she even has some great questions to ask her parents.
If grown-ups grow from babies, and only grown-ups have babies, who had the first baby?
These questions and other things that Bingo does, usually when playing a game, just easily make her the cutest of the 4 main characters. I relate to Bingo because we're both soft-spoken, but then there's episodes revolving around her where I just get her.
It's just I don't like it when you make me eat something.
Some of the best examples of this connection I have are apparent in Favorite Thing and Bad Mood. This little pup is a precious gift to the world that must be protected at all costs. Well, I could say that for a huge batch of these characters, but you gotta love Bingo.
Hey, this morning I said to Bingo to hurry up, and she said, I am hurry upping.
Number 1. Bandit Healer. This guy is practically the epitome of an ideal father. For that reason, I rank him as my favorite character in the show.
Dad enters the room.
There's so much about him as already been said. He's a fun dad that plays with his kids and is also excellent when it comes to giving advice or teaching a lesson.
Obstacles do not block the path, they are the path.
I don't understand what you're saying.
In fact, some people would say he's a bit too perfect of a father. That couldn't be further from the truth. Just watching episodes like The Weekend, Mini Bluey, The Quiet Game, Obstacle Course, and Dance Mode should be enough evidence. If it isn't, then the episode literally titled Perfect should definitely be capable. I mean, the message of the whole episode is quite literally, no one is perfect, and that includes Bandit.
Don't tell your mum.
What?
But the fact that Bandit is not perfect is what makes him so beloved. He becomes a relatable character to the fathers out there who have similar experiences, especially when it comes to playing with the kids, beatings and all. Even through all of his struggles and shortcomings, in the end, he is still a dad and is trying to make the kids' memories of him the best they could be. He is the father that fans either envy or have a strong, deep connection with. Either way, he's one of the show's most beloved characters. Well, that's my list. Which characters would you rank as your favorites? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.